Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to Yemimah's World, the Djelimusa's Cafe. I am Yemimah, your hostess, and it is good to be black. It's good to be black in the land of the living. It's good to be black, too. All right, so I just wanted to come on really quick just to tell this really quick story. So, sometimes I will think things, and I'll think questions in my head, and the universe will answer me. They will give me a clear sign. I will actually see my question, the answer to my question, unfold right before my physical eyes. So the question that I have had in my head, and I was going to propose to social media to get some feedback because I'm preparing for some new segments that are going to be coming up on my my podcast and my YouTube channel. And please, if you see this on YouTube, please like and subscribe and tell your friends because I'm dropping some jewels here. And you guys really need to let other people know of the information that I'm giving you. But let's get back to the story. So one of the questions that I had in my head that I was going to propose to social media was, do Black people still have their houses blessed when they move in or their apartments when they move in? I remember growing up, my dad built us a new house. And once we got everything in, we were settled, they had the pastor to come and bless the house. When my sister bought her house, both my sisters, when they bought their houses, they both had the pastor to come and bless the house. So I know back in the day, that used to be a thing for Black people, especially Black Christians. And my question was going to be, do Black people still get their houses or apartments or wherever they are living, do they still bless it, when they move in? All right, so that's the question. So I live in an apartment complex, and it's very diverse. It's a lot of military families out here. So we have Black, white, Asian, Hispanic. It's a very diverse area. So across the way, there is a yard, a little yard that separates me and the balcony across the way. So when I moved in back at the end of 2022, there was this Black couple that lived across the way. And I remember one morning I woke up to this screaming. This woman was screaming and yelling, and I couldn't make out what she was screaming about. So, of course, I opened up my balcony doors to listen a little bit more. So she was screaming at whoever the man was on the other side of the door that was inside the apartment. So she was screaming. And so I looked out of my balcony, and she had a little boy in her car, which really kind of made me a little upset that she had the boy in the car. She was doing this. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to go to the bathroom really quick because I didn't want, to miss anything. So I go to the bathroom, and while I'm in the bathroom, I hear this engine revving up, and I'm like, what in the hell? So before I could get back to the balcony, I hear this thud. And when I get back to the balcony, she has driven her car up on the sidewalk and has parked it directly in front of the door. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like a scene from Fast and Furious. So I'm waiting, and sure enough, about less than 5 minutes, the police arrived. And the police was a female police officer. She gets out of her car and she's like, ma'am, could you move your car off the sidewalk, please? I'm getting to the house blessing, I promise you. So she moves her car off the sidewalk, and she has her little boy in the car, and the police are talking to her. I can't really hear what they're saying. But then I see the man come out of the apartment, and when he comes out of the apartment, a woman comes out with him, and she's holding a little boy in her arms. And so I guess the dude was sleeping with both women. He probably had fathered both children. And the one that came to the apartment apparently found out he was living with somebody else, and she wasn't having it. So she, made her presence known. So the police got her to leave, and they told him that it was probably best if he didn't live there to get his stuff and leave because she would be coming back. So he gets his stuff and he leaves. He's gone for a couple of days, and then like the next 3 days, I see his car sitting back in front of the apartment again. So they stay there for probably another maybe 3 months, and then they move out. So about 2 months after they moved out, a Jewish couple moved in. It was 2 women, and they were a couple. And I could tell they were Jewish because they wore the little yarmulkes on their head. So they moved in, and very quiet, barely knew that they were there. And they were there probably maybe 6 months, maybe 8 months. I don't think it was a year. But apparently they recently moved out. I didn't even know they had moved out. And I leave my apartment like every day, but I didn't even notice that their car, had been gone for a while. So today, the new neighbors moved in. And I was sitting here on my sofa, and I had my door to my balcony. I had it open. And I heard a woman talking very, very, very loudly, and she was almost screaming. And I was like, what in the hell is going on now? It's always something going on, in this complex. So I get up and I go to my balcony. I pull my blinds back, and I see some people. I see a U-Haul truck sitting in front of the apartment, and I see a young young lady and a young man. They're maybe in their very early 20s. Couldn't have been in their 30s, in their early 20s. And I'm hearing this woman, and she's screaming and she's screaming and she's screaming. And then I see the young girl go to the door to go into the apartment, and the woman says, no, not yet, not yet. And so the door is open, and she's screaming and she's screaming. And then I hear, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. I'm like, what in the hell just happened? So then I kind of like, okay, so the U-Haul is there. They haven't moved anything into this apartment yet. They're waiting for her to finish whatever it was she was doing. So, okay, she's blessing her house, her apartment before she moves in. That's okay, smart. I get it. Yeah, you're supposed to. You better get whatever bad. And I'm not saying that the people that lived there before had bad energy, but anytime you move into an apartment or a home, you don't know that somebody lived in before you. You don't know what kind of energy is there. So her choice of tools was the blood of Jesus. Now, me moving into an apartment, I would get the sage and, the Kananga water, the Florida water. I would have the ancestors to come in and do their thing. I'd set up my altar and all of those things. But she was using what tools she had. And she kept saying the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. And then the young man was getting ready to go to the door. And I heard her say, get it out of the car. And he went to the car. And I'm like, what the hell are you going to get? He reached in the back seat of the car, and dude pulled out a shofar. Now, for those of you who don't know what it is, I didn't say chauffeur like a driver. I said a shofar, S-H-O-F-A-R. It is what Moses used in the Bible. It is a ram's horn that Jewish people blow during different holy ceremonies. I was like, oh, she ain't playing. She got the shofar. Now, those of us who practice African spirituality, hoodoo, voodoo, Ifa, whatever, we know that music brings in the blessings. We know that we can awaken the spirits with music. We know that. We know that. So I heard her blowing the shofar. She was blowing the ram's horn. I said, oh, she ain't playing. So back to my original question at the beginning. I was wondering, do Black people still bless their homes when they move in? Or do they just move in and just let whatever happens, happens? And the universe answered my question. I saw it live right before my eyes. I couldn't see inside the apartment, but I heard it. She was literally blessing her home. And her tools was the blood of Jesus and the ram's horn, the shofar. Now, I don't know how she's going to feel about me because I have a besom on my front door. People think it's a witch's broom, but it's not a witch's broom because I'm not a witch. It's a besom. I said, she might see me out there at 3 o'clock in the morning pouring libations or setting my crystals out in a full moon or a new moon or whatever. She might see me out there, doing my thing. So it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of glad she's kind of moved in because she may consider herself just a Christian woman, But I'm like, oh, baby, no. You got a little conjurer in you. And I'm going to see just how much of it come out. It's going to be an interesting summer. And I'm going to let y'all know play-by-play, blow-by-blow, conjure by conjure, shofar by blow. I'm going to let you know. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on and share that because it was just really interesting how the universe answers my thoughts or questions that I have. I really wish that they would answer the question about what number is coming out. Pick 3, pick 4 would be great. But until they do, I'm going to do what I do until they do what they do. All right, y'all. Look, love each other. Love yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Most of all, keep it black. Until next time. Peace, y'all.